Hey guys, this is me, Destiny Tyler, or you guys may know me from Twitter at Destiny Tyler or on YouTube as ToxicBeast. And I'm going to be talking about today in this video about tips and advice for Nerd HQ for this summer and on July the 23rd to 27th. And morally, what I want to talk about is giving you guys hints or maybe tips about stuff about Nerd HQ you may not know or you may do know. Morally, that's what I'm gonna talk about in this video, and I hope this advice I'm going to be giving you guys is going to be helpful for people who are going or people who never been to Nerd HQ. And if people are asking what is Nerd HQ, if you don't know what that is, Nerd HQ is a place where you're going to go hang out at down in San Diego. It's right there. It's the same weekend as Comic-Con, where people go hang out and have fun. But morally, it is hosted by Zachary Levi. He's the actor from Chuck. If you've seen Chuck, he plays the guy as Chuck. And this is his baby. This is where he has this big function for everybody where you can come out, play games for free. And he has these conversation for a cause. And it's more like a panel of actors, whoever that you like from sci-fi or any TV shows you may have seen recently. He usually brings them out. Morally, he doesn't really bring them out, but people that are from Comic-Con actors usually drop by his Nerd HQ, and they usually do a panel. And the panel is almost the same thing you get at Comic-Con, where you have a conversation with these actors. Morally, it's no moderator, so it's no questions from the moderator like who is this and that. It's morally what you guys give these actors any questions like, you know, how was this part in this movie, or how was it working with this actor, and it's all from you guys. So I think that's kind of cool. And the money, we try to raise money for Operation Smile from the conversation from a cause, and it's only 22, or sometimes it's been $20 or $22 years in the past, so it's very cheap. It's not expensive. That's one of the things that kind of brings me to it. It's very, you know, not expensive, like, you know, across the street from Comic-Con, you know, you have to have a pass for that. But for this, you can just get tickets for the panel, and usually these tickets come out almost like the week of coming up from for July the 23rd to 27th, whatever the day, well, when the day is coming. It's usually the week of coming in, and usually it's like Monday, and the event is on Thursday. Usually it's like maybe Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. He brings out the schedule. I don't know this year. In previous years, he does it the week of the event, and he doesn't really know. So I recommend everybody to keep on checking Nerd HQ on their website, thenerdmachine.com, and you can check their website. And usually they put out the panels. For that event for that weekend, and usually it's almost like maybe about, I don't know, 20 or maybe 20 panels, or maybe 25 panels throughout the whole weekend. So that's a lot of panels to get through, or maybe less than that, but it depends on the actors and who's going to be down there in San Diego. So he doesn't really know until they have a full list of people who are going to Comic-Con, and usually he just asks somebody that he knows, Zach, that he knows from, you know, friends of or people he knows, just, hey, you know, can you do this panel for an hour, and sometimes maybe 15 minutes depending on that actor if they have something else to do that day. But yeah, that is what Nerd HQ, and the things like I said, it's a free event. If you want to just play games, hang out, just charge your phone. They have charging stations for your phone where you could just charge your phone. That's kind of cool. And my thing about that stuff, going to the preparation, what I do, this is what I usually do, leading up to that for that weekend. I'm gonna give you guys some advice for if you're traveling down there. For what I do, I bring this like packet, even though it says Geek Squad and stuff that you usually get at, you know, Best Buy. In here, I usually bring a packet of stuff that I bring in here. Like last year, this was the new year, so last year was the first time they had it at Petco Park. This year they're gonna have it at Petco Park down in San Diego at the Padres baseball stadium. So that's where they're going to have it at this year. It has been confirmed, I think, 3 or 4 times by Zach. So yeah, last year was the first time that was hosted at Petco Park, and I really didn't know the whole Petco Park and where it was going to be, where the entrance was. So last year it was in the where you see the front side of the sign Petco Park. I don't know where it's going to be, where you go and enter into Nerd HQ. I don't know if they're going to switch around. Like last year it was on the side right there. I think that was K or Q Street, right where if you know 16 block, it was a 2 years ago they had it at 16 block at the building. It's the same, almost the same street where you would enter going into Comic-Con itself too. So I forget what street that is, but I printed out a map of the Petco Park, and on there, if you just go to like their main site, their main Petco Park main website, it gives you like a little map where everything is, like the streets, if you guys can see it. Yeah, it has like streets and stuff, and where entrance are, where like maybe some of the bathrooms or whatever, and mostly like that. So I printed this out just in case I get lost somewhere. I usually have this stuff on me. And then my other thing I usually have with me is if you're guys traveling, and if you're coming from a different state, or if you're driving down there like I am, most people are, I usually print out right here, if you guys see this, I don't know if you guys can see that, it says MapQuest. And usually I print out these maps right here. Let me close this up so you guys can see it. Right there says MapQuest, and it says driving directions to hotel. So each one of these have different directions to different stuff. Like the first one, if you've seen it, it says driving directions to hotel. The second one, it says driving directions to Nerd HQ. I put that at the top of the box, but it tells you at, let me go this way. Right there, if you use MapQuest ever before, it tells you, make a left, right turn, how many miles is, how many, where you turn, how much free, how many more miles you got to the exit. And then walking distance. This one says walking to Nerd HQ. So on MapQuest, you can print out, driving directions too. They do have walking ones too. If you just switch around when you put in that, whatever address you're going to or whatever, it gives you like 3 options. It says drive, walk, bus, or whatever, or transportation. And it usually tells you that, and I clicked the one for walking because sometimes you're going to have to walk to, events, to San Diego, to the Comic-Con part, or you're going to walk to Nerd HQ. And it helps you. For me, sometimes I get lost, if I don't know what street I'm going on, it definitely helps you too. And they give you, right here, right there, a big map, just in case, what freeway to take and where you're at. Even though I have, my cell phone where it has GPS and stuff, sometimes the GPS works, sometimes it doesn't. If it hasn't been updated, even though some of these are not updated as well, but this is from last year. All the maps that I have, even though I'm like old-fashioned, people are like, well, you still got maps, you shouldn't read maps. It helps me, just in case I'm walking around, I don't know where I'm going, or if my phone dies, I have this as like a backup for maps where I'm going. And sometimes they do have streets closed. I just checked like 2 days ago, somebody was down in San Diego. I think somebody said K Street's going to be blocked off for that weekend. So I do not know how far, because K Street is long, it goes north and south, so I do not know where it's going to be closed off at. That's the thing about Comic-Con, not Comic-Con, but downtown San Diego. It is very crazy. It's very, it's not as hard as you think. You'll not get lost, but you can get lost doing different stuff. If you've never been there, this is my 3rd year, so I know kind of where everything's at. And then the other thing is parking. A lot of people get confused on the parking. It is, if you're going to go to Nerd HQ, parking is going to be, I would specifically say, right behind the big main stadium. It should be a big parking lot just for their baseball stadium. Usually last year was cheaper. I would say 20, 25, 30. That's not bad compared to the other parking lots around it. Usually they were like 70, 60, 80 bucks. If it gets full for that parking lot, the parking around San Diego goes expensive. So I would say budget. I would not park on the street. If you can't find parking on the street, lucky you. But sometimes, most of the time, San Diego does have their little parking people to give out parking, tickets. So I would not park around there, because it is people that live around San Diego, and they live close to downtown, and they have a lot of residential stuff. So I would not park on the street. That's recommending. I would park in a structure so you won't get towed or get a ticket. So make sure you have parking money if you're going down to San Diego. That is very useful. I would have cash, because most of the time they're taking cash. If you have credit card, that's good too. But most stuff I would have cash. I wouldn't have a lot of cash on me. I'm not saying have like $500 on you, but I mean just have like maybe a couple 20s here and there, or like 5s or whatever. Something in that range. Don't have too much, because you don't want to get pickpocketed too. Down in San Diego. I'm not saying it has happened, but just in case stuff does happen, have stuff with you. Make sure you always have your ID, because I know sometimes if you're doing like parties and stuff, you're going to be drinking. You're always going to need your ID for that. And I am older for drinking. I'm 21, so I'm going to have my ID. I'm not saying I'm going to drink. I'm just saying if I do drink with some people or whatever, make sure you guys have your IDs with you on hand. I know a lot of people are like, I don't need my ID, I don't even drink or whatever, just in case, even for ticket, like for last year they had tickets for Nerd HQ. Talking about tickets, if you're going to go to a panel for Nerd HQ, this is the trick for getting a ticket for the panels. Make sure the week of, I do not know when they're gonna be announcing the tickets. I don't work for Nerd Machine. I would recommend to be updated. Make sure you're always on Twitter with the Nerd Machine. I think it's at the Nerd Machine on Twitter, and make sure you're always on their Facebook too. You go be on their Facebook page, and make sure you check their website for panels that are coming out. But for the tickets, make sure, I think usually it's like the day before, or 2 days or 3 days before they announce the panels, and usually sometimes the tickets go on sale. So when that does go on sale, the tickets, make sure you're by a computer. I don't know, whoever is in your house, make sure you're by a computer or your phone, your mobile device, or iPad. Like I have here, it's not on right now, but if you do have an iPad or mobile device or cell phone or computer, make sure you have that around you, because that's how you're going to purchase tickets. And make sure you have a printer with you too. Make sure you have a computer and a printer, or be at a Kinko's or whatever. I don't know if Kinko's are still around, or somebody has a printer, because you're going to be needing printing out tickets. Last year you really didn't need to print out tickets. If you didn't have a printer, I know a lot of people were like scrambling, like I didn't have enough time to print out tickets or whatever. You can use your mobile device. When you get there, you can show them like, hey, this is my name, and this is who I am. And when you do that, when the tickets go on sale, it is like a madhouse. I'm warning you guys now, if you never purchase tickets for Nerd HQ, it's very crazy, because depending on whoever is in the panels, like celebrities, if it's Joss Whedon or Tom Hiddleston or Zach himself, usually those panels are full. Before you click a button, it says sold out. So the thing about that, make sure you're always with you, and make sure you have a list of people who are going with you, and they're going. And last year there was like a limitation, you can only buy 4 tickets. If you're buying a whole group of them, if you're buying that one, if you're the one with the money and you're buying the tickets for your friends, it's 4, I think it's 4 per person. So they don't want people buying like 10 tickets, because that's way ridiculous. And sometimes, sometimes people buy a lot of tickets and then they don't come, so they're making limitations on how to purchase the tickets. I don't know this year, that was last year. I don't know how they're going to be doing the ticket situation on that. Hopefully it'd be something. Last year was cool. A lot of people didn't have a big issue with that. So my issue with the tickets is last year, this is from last year, I'm not saying this year, but last year was when you purchase your tickets and you're filling out the information, like, your name, your name, address, and credit card and all that stuff. If you mess up, like for me, I messed up on like one of my names for one of my friends I was taking, and I screwed up. And it was a timer on the ticket, so it gives you a time limit on when you were typing in the information. It felt like I was working at an office. You had to be super quick on typing. So make sure you have quick typing skills, because it is a timer. That was last year. I don't know if there's going to be a timer this year. I hope it's not, because I feel like that's too much pressure. I feel like I was working for a firm and I had to get my paper in before it was within the time limit. So hopefully that doesn't happen, because it made me get in back. I had to go repurchase and redo the whole thing for one mistake. So make sure you know who you're bringing. You know, I would have a list of people that are they're going with you, and have their names correctly on a piece of paper on the side note, so you can just look at it when you're typing. So you know, okay, I know their names is correctly, information, all that, credit cards, all that stuff should be already with you, right next to you when you're purchasing for the tickets. Last year, you know, when you get the tickets and when you're going to be sitting, getting into the panel, I know they were like checking. I don't know if they were, last year they really wasn't really, I think they were checking with ID, so that's why I said bring your ID for the tickets, just in case you want to get into the Nerd HQ panel. Make sure you have your ID with you. It's not really a big deal. Sometimes the panels, when we did it, they really didn't check IDs. I'm just saying, make sure you have all that stuff with you, and make sure you're always on time for the panels. Last year they said if you weren't, you know, make sure you get there like 10 minutes early, because they got to line you guys up for the panel. So when you do go down there, make sure, you know, if you got a group of people and you have their tickets, make sure you give their tickets to them before you get in the panel. Like, here's your ticket, here's my ticket, and then go stand in the line for the panel. So sometimes you with the tickets, when you purchase them, you may not be together. So take that in consideration when you do purchase the tickets. Look at the rows and sections where you guys are sitting, because when you do purchase online, it tells you, you know, if you're in row A or B or row 2 or row 3. Like last year when I was purchasing the tickets, I was one of the panels, I think it was for Vaughn, and that was the one I screwed up on with the name, and it made me, I was going to be in the first row, and somehow it put me in the second row when I had to redo it. So make sure when you doing the tickets online, make sure you're learning, knowing what row you're in and where you're at, because sometimes it really doesn't matter. It's just be lucky to be in the panel. But you know, some people are particular, like, oh man, I'm gonna be in the back row. So make sure you look at that stuff when you're purchasing the tickets. They should have enough panels for everybody. Sometimes people don't make it and be crapped out of luck without no panel, but this does happen. So last year I purchased like maybe 4 or 5 tickets for different panels, and one of the panels, you know, they were going on. I was just sitting, hanging out with some friends, and I think it was Kentucky, Zach's partner. He's like, you know, anybody who wants to come by right now, we have a panel that's not full, and it's free. You can just walk in, and we just need people to fill in. So that stuff does happen, depending on the panel. If a lot of people don't show up, or people are late, or going from Comic-Con, you know, across the street, they do have Comic-Con in their panel. Sometimes they run at the same time, and a lot of people can't get to both. So they usually have some people fill in for another panel at Nerd HQ if it's not filled in. So it may happen. I don't know if it's going to happen this year. I do not know anything about the panels. Like I said, I do not work for Nerd Machine, but that stuff does happen. Speaking of stuff at Petco Park, I forgot to mention, they're going to be sharing Petco Park. The whole park is not for Nerd Machine. The Walking Dead maze is going to be there. So if you guys heard of The Walking Dead, they have the big maze where it's like a rope, like a course, Walking Dead course or whatever. It's going to be there at Petco Park. I don't know what part of the section of Petco where they're at, but they're going to be there too. Usually it's on the other side of Petco Park, but it's inside the same thing. So make sure you guys, if you are big Walking Dead fans, it's there at the same place. So you could kill 2 birds in one stone if you want. You could go do the Walking Dead course maze thing, and you could do Nerd HQ at the same place. So I think that's kind of cool. But the thing about the Walking Dead course, you have to purchase the ticket before you get there. I don't know if you can purchase on site. I haven't done that. I've never been at that part of the section of Petco Park. So last year I was looking on their website and it said you have to purchase the ticket online to do the course. So I think their tickets are almost like 50 or 60 bucks to do the course. I do not know what the price is right now. If you can go check on their website. I think it's walkingdead.com or course, whatever. You could put /course, I don't know, and you should find it, and it gives you information about what's happening at Petco Park and how much the price is. So, and it's really cool. I've seen previews on YouTube. You can look up YouTube and see what the course looks like. Like I said, that's the stuff I know. Other tips I could give you guys is, but this is my thing for, I bring a bag like this. It has little electronics, little knickkits, the stuff of what I bring for like chargers, or if I need to charge my phone. Because even though they have charging stations there, usually they're full, because almost everybody is there. If you're from Comic-Con, I see a lot of people from Comic-Con like, man, my phone is literally dead. I'm charging it right now. And if you're doing that, that's fine. I don't think, you know, Zach and Kentucky, Zachary Levi in Kentucky, they don't care. That's what it's for you guys to charge your phone. So if that does happen, if the charging stations are full, sometimes they don't work. Some of the chargers don't work. Last year wasn't a really big year. 2 years ago was a big deal. They had a lot of chargers that weren't working. So if they do, if they're full, it's almost like the airport. If you ever been to an airport and a lot of people are charging their phones, usually you bring extra gear for that. So I want to show you this, guys. This is my little portable charger. It's very small. I purchased this at Best Buy, and it was like maybe like 90 bucks or 80 bucks. I don't know. The price made it went down. I purchased this like a year ago. I don't know. It's called Morphe right there, if you guys can see that. Morphe, I think that's how you say it. And if you look at it, it looks like a little lighter box. You know, if you flip it open, it's not a lighter. Right there, this is where you would charge your phone, right here. And if you, I'll show you guys right here. If you see, this is my phone, my mobile device, iPhone. And if you put it in like that, and it charges it right in here, you have to take the case off. I'll take the case off so you guys can see it. This is how you do it. You just put it in there like this, and it's ready to charge. Yeah. And usually you'll see a little light right here, I think. Yeah, it'll be charging. Yeah. It'll be charging automatically, and you'll see it on your phone. It says charging or whatever in the corner, and you'll say, okay, it's charging. So that's how you charge it, and usually it lasts me maybe, you know, 8 more hours on my phone or whatever. So that's enough hours on my phone, so I'd be cool with that. Right now it's dead, so I didn't charge it. But with these things, you have to charge it yourself. With this, it only gives you so much battery life in this, so you can charge your other stuff. So the way you use your USB right there at the end of it, and you'll charge into, you know, into a laptop or whatever, and plug it in, and you should be good to go. I would give it like maybe an hour to get full battery life into here, so you can charge all your other stuff for the event. And then my other thing is for Nerd HQ is having your own chargers. Like I said, have one of these, you know, bring your own charger in the wall kind of stuff. They do have stuff around the wall. Or let me show you my little bag. Well, I think I have one right here, so I can show you guys. This is another one too for chargers. You can have this little baby too. I picked this up at the airport. This was maybe 3 years ago. It's called Energizer, and it says ready to go. And this thing is a little smaller than the bigger one right here. Look at that big fat chunky thing. This thing is almost small as like a paper right here. So if I turn it all the way around, this is what it looks like. It's just a little bit wider. That's the difference. Wider. I don't know if you guys can see that. Wider. And all you do for this one is more or less the same thing. You just get one of these little things to charge it up, and I'll show you how it goes. Oops. Yeah. That's one of these. Okay. That's one of them. I think so. And you would plug this into a little USB port at the end of here. Let me, if this fits. There you go. Alright. And should fit this one. Should. Yeah, it does. Bam, there you go. That's how you do it. That's how you would charge this one as well. It's a little mini charger. and you would do the same thing. It's very useful. You would just put that in your phone. And that's one of my things I have. I have 2 of these, so just in case one dies, I have another one to charge it. And you can use this thing on the iPad as well, both of these chargers. So I think it's pretty smooth to have these little devices just in case you're down in San Diego and you have no charging stations around you. Even if you're in Comic-Con, if you're standing in that long line to get into like Hall H, this would be useful to bring with you. You know, if you're camped out waiting for a panel. I would recommend to buy this, and this was at the airport. It was like $40, so that's not bad at the airport. Usually you find this kind of stuff at airports, Best Buy, Walmart, Target, and they're useful as well. Like I said, they're always cool to have with you. And for me, I always bring my headphones. These are my nice headphones I bring right there, and these are pretty smooth. They're called Crespies. They're almost $80. I use this to listen to my music if I'm in a loud area. I just want to hang out, just listen to my music while I'm waiting. And it gives you a little bag of little earbuds, so it goes in this little packet to have with you. And you can put your little headphones in this bag too, and it's very small, so I can just wrap it up, throw it in here. If I need to go and keep up with it, I'll show you. It's already in here. See, it's all them wires. There's only one wire. But so if you look at this, it's in this little bag. Bam, ready to go. Put this in your pocket. And then my other thing is you can use this little mobile device for, well, it's not really a mobile device, but this cover. This cover is super cool. I'm about to show you something that you may never seen before, or you may have. If you see this right here, this is a iPhone cover, but this is a little special cover. It's not your regular basic cover you just flow on to your iPhone. This is a nice iPhone case. This cost me about $80, I think $90. I don't know. It may went down in price. They have this in iPhone 4, 4S, well, iPhone 4S, 5S, and I don't know, 5 something else. I forget the next 5, whatever 5 is in for the phone. So this is it's almost in every model. I don't know about Androids if they have one, but I know it's for the iPhone. It's called Life Proof, and this is water resistant, and if you drop it somewhere, it'll be fine. So I'll show you what I mean. I'm literally gonna pour water on this phone. So if you guys are gonna see this right now, let me get a towel so you guys know what I'm talking about. If you see this right here, right at the top, it has this little screw in, so it's all waterproof, and this is like almost 3 or 4 inches thick. It's not that bad of thickness, but it comes in blue. I think they have one in red, yellow, different colors, and it has this little thing where you charge stuff, it'll pop out. You can listen to it. So it's like this thick. It's like that, and here's water, literally water. I'm gonna show you. Right here, if I pour it, beep, if you guys can see that, see it's water on here. I don't know if you guys can see that. See it's water on there, and it doesn't damage it. So that's one of the things I like about this case. I know a lot of people around in Nerd HQ or Comic-Con or whatever. I'm not saying a lot of people spill stuff, but if you spill something, if you're at a bar or whatever, just hanging out with your friends, and you actually put water on it, or you wash your hand, you have your phone in your hand and gets water on it, it won't matter, it won't damage it. If you drop it, it won't damage it. So I think that's kind of cool, and you could get this at Best Buy. I only seen it at Best Buy. You could try Target, but Best Buy has it. I know Amazon definitely has it. It's called Life Proof. I don't know if you guys can see that in the back. It says Life Proof, and they have one for iPads as well. If you want to bring your iPad, it doesn't mess up the camera thing. You can still take nice photos with the camera inside the case, so that's sweet. I think that's kind of cool to have with you. Speaking of water, yeah, make sure you guys hydrate when you're walking around San Diego, a lot of people get hydrated, don't drink enough water, and then they pass out. So it is very hot in San Diego sometimes, and it's sunny and stuff. So it is a lot of walking if you're doing from Comic-Con to Nerd HQ, or walking straight down to Nerd HQ in downtown. It can be, you know, I'm not saying it's a long walk depending where you're at. Like for me, I was walking from my hotel to San Diego, and my hotel was in downtown, so it was very close. But you know, the walk that can take a toll of you, you know, if you got to go back and forth, and it saves you money too if you don't have to park in the parking structure. Just leave your car at the hotel and just walk down there to Nerd HQ. So that is another good tip of advice if you want to avoid some parking fees. You know, I know parking is expensive down there. You know, being down there, sometimes parking can go up from 80 bucks to 30 bucks. So make sure you guys have enough spending money with you. And then talking about spending money, if you're going to be getting food down there in San Diego, make sure you have spending money on you. I'm not saying have $200 with you around you, you know, just have, you know, maybe 20 or 40 bucks just to pay for, you know, just for food. Sometimes food can be expensive. They do have the nicer restaurants, like 80 bucks. So for me, I'm not trying to spend 80 bucks on food if you're gonna eat lunch, dinner, or breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Usually I just get something like a hot dog or a cheeseburger. Sometimes cheeseburgers can be expensive, but you just gotta you know, shop around and figure out what's the best eating place and cheapest place if you're on a budget like me. I'm not the richest, but if you're rich, hey, that's fine. If you're gonna spend 80 bucks on a cheeseburger or whatever you're gonna get on food, I think that's a little, you know, ridiculous. But you know, I'm just saying prices will be high because this is an event and this is a big thing for San Diego. This is their big money maker, so make sure you guys have spending money. You know, some places do not take credit cards, so have money with you or go to ATM and go get one. I know there's an ATM around Petco Park, I think on the side, and it's ATM there, so you can get money there. I think at Petco Park, their food was not expensive. Last year it was like 8 or 10 bucks, you know, for, you know, some, you know, for a cheeseburger, hot dog, and a drink or whatever, so that's not bad. The funny thing, they had this thing that if you purchase a soda, you can't have a refill on your soda, but that you couldn't take it in the panel. So if you bought a soda cup, you know, and got soda with it, you can't refill it again. So I don't know if they're going to have that option this year, so hopefully they do. Speaking of getting food and stuff, make sure you have make sure you go get some Nerd HQ swag, and I'm gonna show you what that looks like, or nerd gear. If you're looking right here, it says nerd. I purchased this at Nerd HQ last year at the event, and I bought these shirts too. If you guys remember this shirt from last year, it says Nerd HQ 13. You can purchase this one. I don't know if you can purchase it there again this year. They're gonna have a lot of new gear. If you could check. You can check out the new gear on their website at nerdmachine.com, www.nerdmachine.com, and I got this one. It says Nerd Machine right there in black, and it's sweet. They go up to, their shirts go up to, I think, a 2X. I don't know about 3X, but they have like big sizes for, you know, if you're a big person. For me, I wear like a L, so I'm not that big, but I am big. And this stuff is cotton, so I would recommend if you know, if you're gonna wash it a couple times, you know, cotton does shrink, so I would get a size that, you know, it's not gonna shrink too much. If you're a small person, like a PL, you know, a petite person or a very small person, they have sizes for you guys too. I think they have kids clothes too. I'm not quite sure. I didn't see any. I think I did. I'm not sure. But you can check their website. Like I said, you could get this stuff too. It came on. They have this stuff called Nerd Pack, I think, where you can get this lanyard that you can wear around you. You can put like a picture or whatever in there. Wear this around Nerd HQ. They have this Nerd Machine. What is it? Little keychain that you could get. I never opened it. And you can put this on your keychain right here on this if you want, or on your keys or whatever. And they have these little Nerd Machine bracelets. Not really a bracelet, but band or whatever. It says Nerd Machine. What was it? Viva la Nerd Revolution. So that one, that's what it says. You have one in black too, I think. So you can purchase this stuff, and it's like almost like $3 for this stuff, so not bad all together with this. And then they gave out free stuff like this, stickers. I was at the JPL panel for that, and they gave out stickers for that. It was free, and they gave out Fiat sticker. They had the sponsor Fiat, and they had the little cars there. They gave out free stickers and stuff. They give out a lot of free stuff there, depending on the sponsors Zach has. Or around Nerd HQ, they give out a lot of stuff. They give out the Comic-Con bags. If you're around Comic-Con, they give out them big bags that are like Go Green bags, but they're really big, so you can put a lot of stuff in there if you're going to Comic-Con itself. And you can take pictures, too, at Comic-Con as well, at the photo booth. And, like, I took some of these right there. I took some with my friends last year, so it was really cool to have these photos. And they can... they're for free at the photo booth. You're not paying anything for that. But the only thing you do pay at the photo booth is if Zach is there and he's doing raising money for Operation Smile. Like I said, he's ambassador for that. And he is definitely... he's going to put all that money that he raises all back to Operation Smile. So if you take a picture with him, that money's going to go back to Operation Smile. Not to him. None of the percentages or whatever, like some charities or whatever, like, oh yeah, we're going to take 10% or 15% and it's going to go back in my pocket. None of that's going to happen, I promise. He said himself, all that money goes straight to Operation Smile. And if you guys do not know what that is, it's for people that, not really people, but kids that have cleft lip or cleft palate and they can't smile. So Zach is very passionate about that. He is very passionate about helping these kids or people with their smile. So we're very lucky to have a smile. So it's going to help them. And the money, I think it's $250 for surgery for these kids. So all that money that we raise goes back to their surgery or to help them to get that surgery or help them recover or whatever, or medical bills or whatever it goes to. So I think that's super cool. I support him in that charity. It's super awesome. And last year they showed a little clip of him going to Honduras. I think it was Honduras, one of the places in the world. And he went to see what they do for Operation Smile. He's been to this charity, so you know a lot of people just support charities and never go to the actual place or whatever they do. So he actually went to Honduras and see these kids that have cleft lip, and actually been in a surgery where they did the performing of the surgery. So it was kind of cool to see that video. I don't know if they're gonna have that video up there again, so I hope they do, to show people what Operation Smile does and what they do. It's a super awesome charity to support. And if you can't support them at Nerd HQ, if you're not going to be there, you could go on Operation, I think it's operationsmile.org or .com, and you can support them there, and you can make any donation. You know, I think it'd be like $5 or $2, $3, so, or you know, $100 if you want. So you can support Zach's charity of choice if you want to. It's not like it's mandatory you have to do it, but like all the money that goes from the panels, the conversation for panels, goes back to that charity. I think that's awesome. And then speaking of other stuff, let me see. I went over the shirts and stuff. Oh, when you're down there, make sure you have a backpack like this. You can carry around with you. That's kind of cool, and it's super light. Make sure it's a light backpack, nothing heavy. Where you could have your, you could put your, your water bottle, your light jacket. It does get cold at night. It's not really that cold. It's like a little chill. If you're a very person who gets cold a lot, bring a light jacket. Not a heavy jacket. It's not gonna rain. I don't think so during that weekend, but it's never been raining when I've went. Hopefully it doesn't, knock on wood, it doesn't. But, make sure you bring a light jacket. Bring one with, like, a hoodie or whatever. You don't have to bring one with a hoodie. But, make sure you can bring a backpack to put your stuff in. If you want to bring a water or whatever and put in your backpack, or a soda, put in your backpack and have it. Or you could bring other stuff, chargers and all that other stuff in there. So you have it with you. Make sure you don't pack a lot of stuff in that backpack. You're not like you're, going on survival, camp day or whatever. But make sure you have all that stuff with you. If you got cameras, them big cameras where you take photos, like them large lenses, make sure you have a bag for that. You know, make sure you keep up with your bag. Don't leave your bag anywhere. You know, you don't want people stealing stuff out of your bag. Make sure it's with you. Take it with you to the bathroom if you're going to go use the bathroom. It's almost the same thing if you're at an airport. Take your stuff with you. Never leave it around. You definitely don't want to leave it alone. You know, you don't want to have like a big terrorist threat like, oh my god, somebody left their bag, and, you know, make chaos. So make sure if you're bringing bags with you or purses or whatever, take that with you. I don't bring a purse. I'm not a big purse girl, you know. I don't like purses. I think it's too clunky to take with you. I feel like you're just taking whatever. The only thing I take is backpack and my wallet, and that's it. And make sure you bring a watch, because that's useful to know what time is happening. You don't want to ask people what time it is, because that can be annoying as a person just walking around. That's just me. Have that just in case, even though a lot of people are like, why do you have a watch? That's so old-fashioned. Just in case this thing dies, it can die, and you do not know what the time is. Then you're going to crap out of luck. And the thing is, make sure you're always on time for your panels. Be there like 15 or 10 minutes early to get there, because they're going to have to line up for the panels, because when the panels are going and your panel's next, usually they have everybody lined up ready to go in your section with your name or whatever, with your ticket, and they line us up, and usually it's like 4 lines or whatever. So make sure you guys are on time. If you got people's tickets with you, make sure you give them their ticket, well, their tickets to them, because that's how you guys are going to line up for Nerd HQ. I do not know how they're going to do it this year. Every year has been different how they line up. Usually last year was like 4 lines, whatever row or name or number you guys had. Whoever goes in, goes in. They usually go from bottom to top. So the first row, second row, third row, fourth row, all the way up to the top is how they seat us from last year. Because, you know, they get everybody in. They usually, when you guys exit, they try to make it quick because the next panel has to go. It's almost every 10 to 15 minutes. They have everybody set up, ready to go to get panels. Make sure you guys are on time for that. And then my other thing is, yeah, have all that stuff ready to go for being on time. And then, what was I going to say? Yeah, food. We talked about food, hydration. Yeah, give me guys comments below about what you guys are, if you're going to be at Nerd HQ this year. Are you gonna be there to see any panels, any Pacific panels? Or let me know if this is your first time going. Or give me stuff in the comments section below, like, hey, you forgot this. I do forget, you know, I'm not perfect, so let me know if I forgot anything about tips or advice to other people. If you've been a veteran of Nerd HQ and this is like your 6th year and you know, almost knows everything, let me know in the comment section. You know, and let me know if you guys are super excited for Nerd HQ this year. I'm super excited for this year, and I'm super stoked about all the things that are going to happen, because it's going to be, I think it's going to be one of the best years they have for this year, so we'll see. But definitely let me know if you guys want to meet me down there. You can leave that comments in this comment section, like, oh my god, I want to meet you down there. So I'm open to like meeting people, new people, so I'm not going to be scary. I'm not going to stalk you, whatever. I'm just going to say hi. If you want to say hi to me, that's fine. I know some of my gamer fans, if you guys are watching this, if you guys want to meet me, if you've been a subscriber of mine and you never met me, I'll be down in San Diego. If you live in San Diego, definitely, you know, drop by and say hi to me. And then people who are other people off my fans from Scandal, if you guys live in California, San Diego, and I'll be down there, I would like to see you guys or talk to you guys down there as well. So give me all you guys comments. I would love to hear them. But I'll let you guys go. Alright, bye. Thanks for watching, guys. Please watch the 2 videos if you haven't seen them already, and please subscribe to my channel.